Ahí parece que... Ya, ese arreglo.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that
Sí,
it'll be tough getting any of her time.
no sé por qué. Ahí sí, está bien. Quedó. Ni modo. Qué curioso. Curioso, pero bueno.
Hmm.
Vamos a continuar.
Would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Ahí está.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Ok. Ahí se ve mejor. Me parece que está bien. Uploading, no, no. Ok. 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 Esto está interesante. Ya está mejor. Ok.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Buen punto.
Could you suggest something a little more practical?
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not real.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about all right, no more joking around.
Ok. Vamos a ver.
Yes, you could. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations?
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know,
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
was this your drink?
Ok.
Sorry about that. Paimon?
No, it's fine.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty.
Is that so? Well, if we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Ya bien. Buen nombre. Bueno,
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so...
Okay. As for expenses this month, we...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing?
Nothing, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the...
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're, in any case, I wish you...
See ya!
a ver. Ok, vamos a continuar con esto. Ok, primero, antes de continuar eso, es ir a Sumero. Vamos a hacer las comisiones. Se haya pedido acá. De Sumero. Vamos a ver qué podemos encontrar. Lo que cosas. YouTube parece que sí puedo transmitir más fácil. De hecho, es una muy buena idea. Déjenme ver. Ok, la puse en 720,60. Ok. En ese fue 720,60. Ok. No está mal. ¿Por qué traigo esta? El equipo no me conviene. Es el equipo que más te conviene en Sumero. Curiosamente. Bueno, no es tan curioso.
Stand with me. Lightning, terrify! Go, Barbara, go!
Steel Blade, you're up! Scatter!
You think I've got good social skills? Well, you could say I've seen a lot of I've learned how to read people.
Ok, vamos acá. Fácil. Bueno, no más fácil. Bien. Me acuerdo cómo subí. Ah, no, ya me acuerdo. Ah, ya. Aquí. No me cayó, no pasó nada. Ok. Ok. Y ahí la historia principal de Fontaine, seguro.
Let the show begin. Stay put. I do apply. Don't be scared. Hey, hey, yep. La, 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 la.
The bond is strong. I'll settle this.
Esto y pues, necesitamos los portogemas, entonces
Stay put. Propagate. Don't be scared. Let's dance. Things are going
Perfecto.
so smoothly today. Go, Barbara, go!
ok, pero vamos a Fontaine, dejar esto. Ok, vamos a ver.
Add a. Thank you for.
Se fue Fontaine. ¿Tengo 5 o no gasté? Necesito 5 de estos. Acá ya conseguí todo. También.
I got a new letter from Ningún.
Listo. ¿Qué más es? Domain. Dishes. Porch. Recipientes. Ok.
Looks like the situation has changed again.
Eso está sencillo.
Swollen fury. Too slow.
Mm. No. ¿Y uno aquí o qué pedo? Es una como... Eso no, como... Si hubiera...
Behold.
No suena... Es curioso.
Too slow. The wind rises. Quit following me.
Qué raro que aquí no haya de cocinar.
Take it easy.
Mm. Ya no tengo tantos como antes, mira. Eso. Luego la de 20 de acá.
Take it easy.
Cinco, 10, 15, 20. Voces me faltan, pero eso está fácil. Resina, mora, domain. Vamos a hacer esto. Okay. Vamos a hacerlo al tras de estos. Vamos a hacerlo fácil. Okay.
The night is cold.
Squall and fury.
Mm.
Relax.
Mm.
Swollen fury.
Busted.
Mm. Okay.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
Mhm. Okay. Ahí voy. Déjame un momento, gente. Ahorita regreso. Ujú. Ok, ya regresamos. Ya regresamos. Un poco de comida. Está mal. O sea, que no de eso. Como me falta uno. Por acá. Primero de los peores. Una de las cosas que menos me gustó de esto fue
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Game's up. Time's over.
My guiding stars. Don't be scared.
Take it easy.
votación. Okay.
When I hand this work.
Intensidad, creo.
You are not welcome. Looking for trouble? Wretched vermin!
Things are about to get dicey.
Going in.
The wind rises. Upon the gale. You dare to gaze upon me?
Gotcha.
Let's light it up.
Okay. Um, Mm. Ahí sí es. Mm. Sí. Con la dentro, el equipo dentro.
Propagate! I'll protect us. Stay put! Spring forth! Lightning purify! Dissipate! Ready, steady, go! Go get it, Uruguay! Uruguay, you're up!
Estaba esto. Vamos a Fontaine y continuamos con lo de Fontaine. Okay. En 12. Fontaine. Okay. Luego veremos qué más.
Quietly now.
The night is cold. Stars, shine for me.
Behold!
guiding stars.
Game's up. Time's over.
The wind rises. Search for it. Upon the gate. Bow your head.
Busted.
Not now. Don't be scared.
Squall and fury.
Quietly now.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is true.
The night is cold.
The wind rises. You dare to gaze upon me?
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Stars, shine for me. Not now.
Behold.
The night is cold.
I'm going in.
Try louder.
Don't be scared.
Ok, ok. Vamos Hunter. Ok. HP, elementary. Ataque. Todo esto, ¿no? Pedro. No lo leí.
Quit following me.
Un momento de ánimo.
Let's light it up.
Squall and fury.
Quietly now.
Let's light it up.
Not now.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Game's up. Time's over.
Behold. Know your place. Too slow.
Gotcha.
Stars, shine for me.
Squall and fury. Search for it.
Let's light it up.
Busted.
My guiding stars.
Behold. Bow your head.
The night is cold.
Quietly now.
Everybody stand up.
Don't be scared.
Things are about to get dicey.
The wind rises. How amusing.
My guiding stars.
Wretched vermin.
Gotcha.
I'm going in.
The night is cold.
Squall and fury.
Cold. Mine to command.
Let's light it up.
Quietly now. Game's up.
Eh.
Time's over.
Me da la sensación que hago más daño con mi Yelan. Vamos a ver. Defensa, defensa. No. Vamos a ver. Ok. Vamos a ver aquí. Vamos de hidro, de hidro, de hidro. De hidro nos jala.
Scatter! Exterminate! Let's dance! Oh no! That hurt real bad!
Our bond is strong.
Go, Barbara, go! Scatter! Yeah, stay put!
I'll settle this.
Steady, go!
Stand with me.
Propagate! Don't be scared! Come on, we can do it!
Ok. HP sirve. No. No. Vamos a ver. Vamos a hacer esto. Sí. Ok. Vamos a ver. HP. Bueno. No están tan mal. Ok. Voy a seguir ahora sí. Perfecto. No me debo tardar.
There's still a lot of room for improvement with this machine. A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Never have a happy ending.
Tiempo de hablar con el arconte.
Not many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
So,
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you here?
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? Huh? Hang on. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
¿Qué veremos? ¿Qué veremos? ¿Qué veremos? Ah, mira. Una oceanía.
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know I'm... Wait. Who am I? My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I do not know how I came to be like this either. I I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water. And it all grew. I also remember going to many places. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. Now, we can no longer go back. The pain, no. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it, if you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is perhaps
Ay, qué tierno.
as I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. I saw, if only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great, is that what you call it? Dissolving. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only, I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to send.
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Oh, interesante arma.
Quick, now's our chance!
Glorian. Oh. Las espadas de Fontaine. Ok. Ok.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you
I followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called
Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
So,
Ok.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
Ok.
Your performance tonight will almost
Ok.
certainly attract attention.
Va a estar bueno.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago, They are not the ones used. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful. And
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to... Regardless, thank
No.
you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Okay. Alright. Cloro.
I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being...
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were on Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget that polite talk. That wasn't really as such. We're still partners.
It will take 50 years.
If it were me, I would have joined.
All right, you two.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did
Well, to be honest, you're the one who...
Huh? Really?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my... After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty?
So the Fanta had been
Oh.
So if you had...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as...
Huh? Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but that's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the...
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too! But it was real faint. Does that mean the primordial seawater raises...
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you...
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh.
Okay.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell, since he saw that young woman dissolve, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. This is very important information. Oh, you mean...
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really... And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased.
You talk too much.
Okay.
Well, in that case, we also have...
No, hombre, Navia tiene que
Hopefully we can deepen our...
Don't worry.
pensar en...
With us around, our base is definitely...
No. Oh. Perfecto. Okay. Acá para ver. A ver qué encontramos.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Esto.
A blade embraces its duty,
Esto.
as a jeweler cherishes their gem.
Es bajar las escaleras.
Right up ahead. But
I've been keeping watch, demoiselle. I haven't spotted it.
very good.
I shall find rooms for.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's
¿Qué pedo? Okay.
So, this is your...
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the...
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in...
Your...
Okay.
He was the previous...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Okay.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel. 3 years later, how could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial...
Ah, so that's why you're so determined.
That's right.
Well.
Also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to... I must know what really happened. Was my father... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when... And now, here I am investigating his death.
Demoiselle, please.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet All it
Uh.
has decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our...
Wait, if Callus was such a good man,
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from... People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an...
but how could... never mind.
There is one other thing.
Right.
Well, then, isn't that as... Yeah, that's not the sort of...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but there was only ever...
Oh,
It's not that I
qué
don't
triste.
understand her at all.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how...
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our
Oh, Papa.
Mm.
All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Thanks.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will.
¿Cómo que dice? No me esperaba eso, pero bueno.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to...
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them up, but never mind that. When did you get back?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigation.
Wait, so you didn't...
How could I?
Guess
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder and invest...
Does that mean...
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine and that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? In that case, let's go talk to him. Aren't you...
No, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Creo que ya sé a dónde va esto.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Ok. Se va a poner bueno. Vamos a ver.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied. This place does look pretty heavily guarded.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to.
See, they've got great discipline too.
Yep, Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you to a
Qué bonito.
exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
Yoshi.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's...
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Mm. Interesante.
The food in the cafeteria.
These newcomers are full of enthusiasm.
Please come in.
Mm. No, y la otra está allá arriba.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because,
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
so you...
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment.
Mm. Te voy a poner con esto.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Mm.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if...
Is that so? All right then.
Ahem.
Mm.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional.
And what are you trying to say? Are you trying to console me? Extend your No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel. In your eyes, the value of a human life is
sorry.
nothing. If you truly regret my father's death, why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Everything was hanging on a thread at that. There are still so many things I never got to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes.
I'm sorry.
You and my father are truly alike. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you...
Okay.
In any case, everyone already knows. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Odio cuando se ponen así en las historias.
Navia,
I'm fine.
you're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there...
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that. Didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad.
I really think I found a true genius. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll...
Yeah, we're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to... Great.
Okay.
We're way behind schedule.
Está curioso este lugar.
Oh, what a huge ship!
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may... My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps a gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the... But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself?
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Oh.
Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda... Next on the agenda...
Next on the agenda...
Ahí afuera. Okay.
Maloose, we're back.
Okay.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important part. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to...
Okay.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Maloose?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both...
Could you tell us a bit more
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain... At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite...
Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth... If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, and if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of... As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth...
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath. But no matter how much they... Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth up.
Yes. But the enemy was very cunning. Recognizing that, my father decided to... The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange... But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene. Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprits... Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for it. I think this third... On that note, however, even though this will not please our opponent, even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has... There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with...
If that's indeed what he wished for, then was I not the closest person to him? And yet, what was the point
¿Por
of
qué
him
hacen
not
eso?
sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I've never accepted that? I want to find out the real.
Navia.
This is
Okay.
indeed the best moment to act. Your partner.
So you do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you,
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been and the serial disappearances case. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some, but as long as you remained safe, if something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately
Right. So nobody would be.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time.
Okay.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially someone as proud as Boss. Him dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful.
So he chose to die.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword.
Maybe. Maybe sí, maybe no. Okay.
Boss's spirit could hear. I'm sure he'd be.
That fool. No.
Ah, miren qué bien.
Nothing precisely because. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Vamos a ver.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. And, Maloose, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
Okay.
It's the location where synth is produced. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't. But if you want to use it again,
Okay.
If we know where the place is.
you mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and there's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea but a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case, why not?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea.
That's true, but things are different now. It should be a lot.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this move.
I am the butler, after all. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that when I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, after several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, the first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always... There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Pobrecita para ella.
Uncle Marcel.
¿Confitería?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its... In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
Mm. Okay.
So, they're like a sister?
Yes, you can. It's a bit.
The
Okay.
suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities.
I see. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against.
If you
No sé.
want to invest,
Of course.
you're too kind. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clear. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spinas. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work.
Ah, mira. Ok. Okay.
Next on the agenda.
Mm. Okay. Ya está.
Access denied. Whirling snow.
Ya vengo de nuevo a la casita.
shall treasure this good fortune.
Ok. ¿Qué necesita? Mm, no entiendo. Ok. Ok, son. Estoy con igual. A ver qué nos dice el tal Henry. Exacto. Mm, ok. Vamos a ver. Ok, ¿qué es lo que va a hacer? Mm. No, no. Ok. Ok. Ah, pues ya entiendo, le quitaron lo de que. que- No había visto el pinche pescado. Y ya ves.
Settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss.
Uh,
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died,
Aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
okay.
I can
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know. I know only the full truth could bring.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment.
Exacto.
Matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought more. So
Okay.
Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so,
They found out about it.
Papa didn't say that exactly. But Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
before he left that day,
Mm.
he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell. I don't know that for sure, but you could,
Okay.
which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care, even if he fired the shot that killed my husband. It was likely in self-defense.
But Mama, why is Papa? Papa always wanted to be a good man.
Well,
Mm.
things aren't always as they seem.
Yeah. Papa was.
Then you should hold on to that, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or.
Oh.
Thank you for
Oh, okay.
Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really...
You really think so? That's the first.
Mm.
Who would have imagined that people could. Here we go again! If Paimon was Jacques, Paimon would probably help whoever Paimon finds more trustworthy. A blade embraces its duty. Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. The lab should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Okay.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've
Okay.
heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, after my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to recall?
Let me think.
Mm.
Mr. Callis, after that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So, my first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. But when I got there, it was already too late.
So you also remember.
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques.
Okay.
Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, the gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying, but hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He
Buena
didn't
pregunta.
want to face the Oratrice machine. And chosen, did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone
About that, Malouse told me a thing or two. I'll tell you everything. Once
I understand. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole many but it was Mr. Callus, no matter what others might.
don't worry. You and all are
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Ok. Vamos a ver, Thierry.
Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what?
Oh, so you,
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know.
are you sure there isn't a little bit of
I mean, Callus did a fantastic job running the town. Bill, it would be next to impossible for me to find. Anyway, enough chit chat. Are these two friends of yours?
yes. What happened at the Opera House made us realize.
Ah,
Okay.
I get it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case,
That'd be much appreciated.
of course. Without them, why do you ask?
Well, you see, just so, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me,
Then you think too highly of my abilities.
Exacto.
I had to make an analogy. When you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. So I can promise you, they're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both.
Oh.
then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a little while.
Sí, claro que es el. Le dicen uncle. El Marcel, obvio. Es tan obvio que duele. Es tan obvio que duele.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see
Okay.
Marcel. Could you please let him know? Sure. I will let him know.
Y algo le va a pasar. A la otra.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as...
Oh, it's
Okay.
Uncle Marcel. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the opera house.
Yes, I've...
Oh, you were at the...
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing. To beat
Oh,
the
mira.
Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf. I can already imagine everyone...
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become...
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Uncle
No,
Marcel,
mira.
you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof.
Oh, and what...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to, if not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably...
Oh, you're giving us too...
Alas,
Ah,
it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so... But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts on my...
oh.
Sorry. The confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even... Then I heard the sound of a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need more.
Okay.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend...
Mm. ¿Qué pedo con esto? A ver.
We've talked to all 3 suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's anyway.
Okay.
Even though we didn't.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the.
So Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Oh, no. Algo pasó. Ok. No sé qué pasó.
We're way behind schedule. We've talked to all 3 suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Anyway.
Okay.
Where should we start? Ah, you're right.
According to Jacques.
So Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his. Makes sense. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bought. It's obvious that our enemy has become more.
Do you think he knew, even
given everything that's happened? But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also have. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth? Thierry, you say? But.
Yeah. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how.
Florent.
It is true that, but. Spina di Ros.
So you're saying he's too broke?
Exactly. He can't. Who could it be?
Los 3. Yes, Marcel.
You know, if you think everything through,
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to.
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us,
Exacto.
and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Buen punto.
Yes, Maluk, we need far more solid proof.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking.
Huh?
Mm.
Aren't you the...
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about...
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Of course.
What? Is that someone you...
Yeah, we know him.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind this.
Wait, how? None of our...
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came... If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our plan...
Right. Because they'll think they...
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder.
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a trial about... You're right. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson. It's our
Okay.
hope that...
See you then.
A ver.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Sí, ya lo...
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. Ah, your Navia's
Ok. Me va a pedir de pelea. Estoy casi seguro. Estoy casi seguro. Del 1 al 10. 7.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearance?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
Exacto.
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name, in which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all... I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I
Exacto.
privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect.
Oh, sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of...
No.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on?
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge—
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge, and if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proved—
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. Fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is—
That person is— Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières. Huh? What confrérie?
I've heard of them, but weren't they—
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, may also—
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorney, members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney.
Apologies, sir. It all just happened. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a—
Very well. In that case, since both sides—
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots.
Navia, come on. Why would I do that? Callus would— If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that—
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even—
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory of—
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the court. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance— The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second— The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing—
Okay.
These are the known facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first. After that, the true turned the third person into— Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, however, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of Wa—
Okay.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him.
Okay.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of— However, in the end, he reconsidered, unfortunately for— A pile of cloak, but now, since it was realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin—
happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea?
What a great theory. It also explains calluses and...
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should...
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing...
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to...
I'm afraid not.
Boo!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting...
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an...
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified...
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? Spina di Rosula. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our... I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me hard to target, as well as... And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will...
So, you mean to say...
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask... I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your... But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand...
So, during the duel...
Yes, as a champion duelist, I've fought many battles, and taken account in my line of work. I've seen all with just one look, and I can tell, if I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist, that Mr. Callis never...
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your...
Right? What she said was fast.
Wait, weren't they just talking about...
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are... In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callis. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because the culprit only timed their actions so precisely. Coincidentally, Marcel attended...
So that's why you suspected me. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child.
No need to appeal to...
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone... I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further... Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reason...
I suppose you're gonna tell me...
It's timing. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived, but the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Okay. Mm, un poquito. Ya voy. Un momentito. Ahí está.
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances?
Mm.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my... Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the
Seems like she got the wrong. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings, but aren't you going against all of his wish? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscious. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have...
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse. The people who many people's images are flashing before. Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly...
I was waiting for you to...
Adventure time.
No touching.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
All hail.
Take flight. Yeah.
The floor is going up. Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
We go. Adventure time.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Ok.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Access denied.
Nice and spicy.
My apologies. Off we go. No touching. Next on the agenda, blaze over. Take flight. I'm going in. Sakura swirl. My apologies. Let's light it up. All hail. Take flight.
Eh,
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
eh.
Access denied.
Out of the frying pan.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
You're toast.
Kamisato out. Submit. This is
Yeah.
long overdue. Yeah. Everybody stand back. We're waiting. Born of ice and frost.
Mhm. ¿Sabe?
After all that, though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. The What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are... Huh? You mean the girls from this... And then they were turned... And all the boxes of things. These names. Let's see what's written here. Nothing is... Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise, he can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. ingredients that probably just contain. Mixing in progress. Ready to. Whoa! There's even fruit flavored synth? Yep. What's this over here? Looks like some. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea, and the experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea.
Okay.
Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just. How can someone write something that terrible in such. You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he. Wait. Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vacher was no, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from... In any case...
Okay.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure Paimon will take notes on the... We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like, yeah, we haven't found anything that no wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true Sure thing.
Aquí está.
You take that side and... Nothing at all! And Paimon can't even find snacks either! Whoa, really? Let Paimon see! Vinier. Isn't that Vacher's lovers? Then... You found... Aw. It's just a normal diary. So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed. The final name she did... Marcel! Wait, but... Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he... Hey! Paimon hasn't figured it out yet.
Es el hijo. El hijo. Es el hijo. Easy. Como dicen, easy. Easy clap. Ok. Tiempo para lo bueno.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher? Oh, so you do...
I'm merely surprised you'd said...
I was waiting for you.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I... But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established. This information regarding your past also did well, Marcel. Do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away instead of paying attention.
Exacto.
You never noticed how we changed.
You also never understood Boss's real
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial would...
Do you really pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama. While turning up, Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together, wherever she goes. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
Exacto.
I can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus, I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Go.
Don't touch me. Don't anybody come near me. Venier, please, Venier. Don't.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover. During an underwater expedition, Venier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to cover his tracks. He invented the new alias of Marcel. During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, after exchanging blows with Spina de Rasula for many years, Vache although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the thus concludes the enigmatic history. The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding... According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale, Mr. Vache is guilty.
Guards! Take Vache.
Good. It's...
with that, the serial disappeared.
We really just witnessed history.
Who would have thought? Yippee! We have Navia! He's hurt so many innocent people and... Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absent.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Papa?
Well, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy end. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some bit-
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right?
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, the guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia. We now turn to the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Lo va a poner culpable.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse, guilty.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed- What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The oratrice...
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui harbinger? Do you think the oratrice might have just convicted him on-
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it should-
The judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale is by law. Guards, please take the suspect into cut.
No.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Wow. Wow.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rule, all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow... don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything and, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from... If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, everything he's done, not to mention the danger he posed, all shall be revealed in time. You will... Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is...
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
probably shouldn't put much stock into what.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, however, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has...
All right. Even though we feel pretty bad. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he
¿Cómo se llamó eso? ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo anda, Mail? ¿Cómo andamos? Bienvenido. Bienvenido. Ya estamos por terminar. Estamos acabando las partes de esta de la historia. Fontaine, ajá. Ok. Está. Welcome to Fontaine. Un chacalaca. Mira. Ok. Okay.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
¿Qué cosas? Vamos a salir.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop it! Traveler! Hey, traveler!
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest. Cease, or we'll add another No, wait. I just want to ask the traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you... I erased all records of that.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence?
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? The Fountain of Lucine? Then... Please give me a chance to talk to her again.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile?
Paimon agrees.
This request, is it...
Of course! Wait.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spirit? Very well.
Your Honor.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Thank you.
Olet no es humano. Lo más seguro es un oceánico. Ajá. Vamos a ver. A ver.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it.
Vignier, it's me!
Vache.
I'm here! Where are you?
Hey, wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me,
Vache. Why did you come? You look...
It's been more than 20 years. All this time. Only the thought of I must be dreaming. Oh, Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could...
But Vacher, if you ask me, if not for you, I would have finished my law degree.
Ooh.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. It's all because of your selfishness.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier. Every woman who died by your hand.
Ah.
As our bodies dissolved, our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And I'm Cressy, the only one I am not.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you... But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? You are a liar. A heart... The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died, and her consciousness merged with Vignier's.
No! Yeah!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, but on top of that, she also said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy. Vacher. Vacher? Vacher. 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 Drown.
Oh. Interesante. Interesante. No estuvo tan mal esa parte de la historia. No estuvo tan mal. Tampoco Fontaine no ha estado mal. Aunque aún nos falta conocer a Arquelino.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to...
Well met, partner. I knew.
Okay.
This weather can't put a damp...
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Okay.
Oh, now that I...
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these...
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making... Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father.
Okay. No, no está bien que tenga tiempo para llorar a su papá. Ahora sí.
It's been the dearest...
That blasted stubborn fool. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
Okay.
Maybe it'd be more accurate.
Huh? So you know Charlotte?
Yeah. Way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, I believe the story was called The True Affair, though. It was she was
Charlotte debería ser un personaje que pudiéramos sacar.
On the serial
oh yeah, she told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about... Oh, and in other news...
Oh, are you two...
Well, it was
okay.
thanks to her that we were able to turn the...
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, now that the case is finally... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We went...
Sure thing.
And in that case,
Yeah, you're right.
Megali, hola, ¿cómo estamos? Bienvenido. Ya estamos por terminar. Andamos acá con la historia del arconte. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver.
This is where my father's grave is.
Huh? There's someone there already. Isn't that Dervalette? Why would the Chief Justice... Huh? Navia?
Hermano, ¿va a salir? Ambos, por terminar el directo y también la historia. sea, yo me imagino. Terminando este capítulo ya le damos por terminado.
Before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
No, Novelet se nota que va a ser fuerte el personaje. Va a ser interesante. Le apuesto que va a ser, spoilers posiblemente, un personaje como tipo de agua. Ha de ser como Yaimiko. Como Yaimiko en el caso de estas criaturas. Como los adeptos son para Chong-Li. Ha de ser eso.
You really could use some pointers in any case.
Well, ever since that day, there was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important. No, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most big, which is also why I didn't stop your father from I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing should have, but Mr. Callis proved me, if not for his sacrifice. The serial disappearances case. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates.
¿Cuál? A ver, ¿cuál? Te echamos la mano. ¿Cuál intentas hacer, Bengali?
One could say that he
Bigly.
that's higher than life itself. So you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. This regret has filled me with a sadness.
¿Es para el abismo o es para completar alguna misión? ¿Qué es lo que necesitas, Bagley?
That high and mighty chair in the opera epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
So you're actually...
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just... so Navia, let's not disturb them for...
Okay.
Paimon's never paid respects at some... Oh no! Paimon Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not up...
Vamos a ver qué nos dicen acá.
Oh, it's you two.
We ran into Navi on this...
I see, I see.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be...
Okay.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Cookie. Cookie es mejor. Bueno, depende. ¿Qué nivel tienes a la Shogun Raiden?
That's right. It was...
Yes.
La Shogun Raiden, ¿en qué nivel? ¿Cuál nivel tienes ambos?
We have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly.
Yeah. Depende qué personaje los estés usando, por ejemplo. 90x, ok, 90. Ambos, si están ambos en 90, depende. Tienes a Nahida y... Ok. O sea, sí puedes usar a Raiden.
Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Depende de qué tipo de dendro y agua tienes. Luis, bienvenido. También tienes a Yelan. Ok. Yelan pone agua. No pone tanto como Chinchio y Bárbara, por ejemplo, o Cookie. Si tienes a Kokomi o a Chinkyu es mejor, son mejores. Ok, puedes usar a Yelan y Chinkyu más Raiden. El chiste es quién es el dendro que vas a usar.
So the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been
Sí, ya es casi nada.
from across Tevat for this.
Acabo esto y... Najida. Ah, sí, entonces, si usas a Najida y esos dos de agua y Raiden, está correcto. Puedes usar esos. Puedes usar esos. Los otros puedes usar a Najida, un segundo de Dendro, uno de agua, Chinkyu en este caso, y Cookie o Raiden. No hay problema. De hecho, ahorita se usa mucho Cookie. No, Bennett queda fuera de los... Bennett nomás te sirve para hacer Borgion. Entonces para Borgion tendrías que usar a Bennett, a Najida, a uno solo de agua y otro de dentro. Dos de dentro, uno de agua y uno de fuego. Eso es lo que se usa para Borgion. Lo recomendable, Bennett, y Toma, son los mejorcitos.
But with Farina being the way she
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vache and his ilk only learned of its nature. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
Huh. So it really...
But today, the primordial sea no longer... What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a...
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know...
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which, to be frank, that also does... Is there anything else you...
Okay.
My apologies. My investigate... However, I still believe the judgment of the For many years, I have been quite aware that the oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case.
De las dos, si tienes a Raiden C6 y obviamente sus habilidades 9 o 10. No, exacto. O sea, Raiden Raiden en este caso sí es buena, o sea, sí puede poner Electro lo suficiente, pero necesitas que esté topada, digamos. La otra nomás necesitas que tenga C1, C2 por ahí, Cookie. Nomás necesitas C1, C2. Todos los artefactos C0, bueno, déjame ver. Es que el problema con Raiden es que Raiden es crit damage. O sea, te conviene más para hacer. Pone más Electro Cookie, sí. ¿Por qué? Porque si le pones a Cookie, ¿cómo se dice? Los artefactos en maestría elemental, con eso tienes. Con eso vas a poder ganar, digamos. Si puedes, lo ideal es usar a Cookie. Cookie es la número 1 para los equipos de Dendro. Los Bloom, Hyper Bloom. Para los Hyper Bloom, para la mejor es Cookie. Y Chinkyu, amén. Maestría elemental. Ay, pues depende. Déjame ver. Dame un segundito. Te confirmo. Déjame, te confirmo. El problema con la Raiden es que pero sí puedes hacerlo en Raid. Sí lo puedes hacer a Raiden eso. No hay problema. Pero le tienes que cambiar el arma, por ejemplo. O sea, por ejemplo, si la vas a hacer de maestría elemental, que sí lo puedes, entonces tendrías que ponerle ya sea la lanza de Favonius, la Dragon's Bane o la Moon Piercer para que tenga más maestría. Sí puede, sí funciona, pero pues recuerda que es más difícil en este caso ¿cómo se dice? Vas a necesitar otros equipos, digamos. O sea, sí, sí jala. O sea, si ya tienes más armada a la Raiden, yo te recomiendo que la apuestes por la Raiden. No veo por qué le dicen, sé que es un nombre de Arconte, Val, pero su nombre correcto es Sei. No, o sea, por ejemplo, si de los dos, ¿cuál es más difícil de moldear? Raiden. El problema es de que Raiden obviamente te conviene más en general, porque Raiden no tiene, lo puedes hacer de Elemental Mastery o lo puedes hacer de Crit Damage o de daño en sí. O sea, la clásica, ¿no? Entonces, Raiden tiene la ventaja que sí puede ser varios. En cambio, la otra nomás si no tiene maestría elemental no sirve. Es lo único que te ayuda en este caso. Entonces yo te recomendaría, si ya la tienes a la Raiden en nivel 90, que nomás te consigas unos artefactos de maestría elemental. Que vendrían siendo la corona, el reloj y también tendría que ser el cáliz.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
Gracias, Bigley. Te agradece mucho. Te agradece mucho.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
Pues es que pues así está. No puedo cambiarle el idioma. Menos que lo que mayoría de los que estén aquí ¿cómo se dice? Yo lo utilizo por default. No le he movido a eso. No sabía. No sé si se le pueda cambiar el idioma incluso.
Now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Pues es que por lo general lo dejo así por si acaso. ¿Tú dónde lo mueves eso? Que no. Realmente estoy sacadísimo de onda que podía hacer ese cambio del mensaje. O sea que puedes poner muchas cosas, pero no en la cuestión del idioma. Ah, ya lo vi. Ya lo vi. Mm, ¿Dónde está? Aunque eso sí, el de cambiarle, el de los mensajes, eso sí, no lo veo. Ya lo vi. Ya lo vi. Haruka, bienvenido. Bienvenido. ¿Cómo andamos? Vamos por terminar. Vamos ya por terminar. Andamos checando unas cositas. Estamos terminando la historia del Arconte. Now we regret.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate.
Oh, ya sé qué va a hacer. No, no, ya sé lo que va a pedirle.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
A ver, voy a volver a preguntar de Childe.
However, I still believe. For many years, I have been quite aware as a divinely created mechanism. The peep not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also, which is all to say, I've been prepared.
Okay.
I was not aware. In any case, based on Farina, while we do intend, if we did, is there any
Acerca de su hermano.
sibling? Another blonde-haired. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
No, ya con eso. Con eso es todo.
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
Está actuando como la Sirenita 3. No sabría decirte. Nunca la vi esa película.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well.
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the
A
rain
ver,
stopped.
punto. Era la Oceanit lo que hacía que llovieran las cosas. Por fin acabamos esa misión. Perfecto. Ok. Perfecto. Ya hicimos eso. Nada mal, nada mal. Mañana voy a tirar. Mañana tiro. Mañana me va a tocar tirar. Pero sí, Bigly, en el caso de los... ¿Ese equipo qué? ¿Qué equipo? ¿A qué te refieres? Equipo, vamos a ver. Allá con doble pero. No está mal. Es Melt. A fin y al cabo sigue siendo Melt. Además es para hacer snapshot del ultimate, del burst de tanto de Bennett como de Ayaka. Este la tengo que poner. Voy a ponerle de agua. Un momentito. Me faltan. Ah, el permafrost sigue siendo mi más. Bueno, es de mis más fuertes. Aún no sé con cuál hago más daño. Pero si es Chinkyu doble, o sea, Chinkyu, Yelan y Ganyu y Ayaka en mi caso. No sé. El permafrost sigue siendo el más fuerte pero puedes hacer varios casos. No está mal, digamos. No, ese es monocrío. Ayaka, Chenge, Coco. Ah, bueno, sí, Kokomi, ya vi. Kokomi, Kazuha. No le veo sentido usar ¿cómo se dice? A esos güeyes, a los Anemo. No hacen tanta diferencia, en realidad. Doble hielo y doble agua, con eso tienes. No hay necesidad de meter al otro güey. Ah, pues. Eh. Ok. Es cierto. Bueno, no te voy a mentir. No voy a decir que no. Eh, Acá lo único que me falta es cambiarle que tenga suficiente fuerza. Ahí vamos bien, yo diría. Pero, a ver. No está. Nada más le cambio la resonancia y ya con eso yo creo que ya voy dando por terminado el día de hoy. Ya. Ya eso sería todo, yo diría. Mañana, a lo mejor transmito mañana otro poquito. Hacemos las otras historias. Ahí vemos qué podemos hacer. Poco a poquito. Poco a poquito vamos consiguiendo los objetos y las cosas necesarias. No para ganar, pero sí para hacerlo interesante. Mierda. Listo. Listo, listo. Ahí lo voy a dejar, yo creo. Eso. con eso ya doy por terminado el día de hoy, gente. Con eso ya vamos a dar por terminado el día de hoy. Se agradece mucho a los que pasaron. Viagli, se agradece. También el follow, muchas gracias. Así como también Haruka, que nos pasó a saludar. Pero perdonen que ya vamos terminando. Luis también. Un placer verlo en los comerciales, en los mensajes. Agradece. Bueno, gente, de momento yo con eso ya me despido. Recuerden, también tenemos varias formas de comunicarnos. Tenemos tanto Twitter o X, como ya le digan. Tenemos Discord, signo de admiración, Discord. A otra signo de admiración, perfil. Ahí me pueden seguir. Signo de admiración redes. También les aparecen las otras redes donde me pueden encontrar. De momento, eso sería todo por hoy, gente. Agradezco que hayan pasado a vernos. Y espero que hayan disfrutado el día de hoy. De momento, con eso nos estaremos despidiendo. Nos vemos. Hasta luego.